Hello everyone. Welcome back to Jerome Strickland channel. Just giving y'all a glimpse of Night Train. That's what I call my truck. That's Night Train right there. Oh yeah, I done had her about 10 years. Or had him about 10 years. Yes, that's my little weekend truck. It's an older truck, but it's on point. Speaking of on point, I'm back with another video. This is Jerome Strickland. Back with another video. Back in one of my little getaways, my little hideouts, my little nature trails. I'm probably going to encounter some people out here because it's at the cool of the day. It was a hot day. I don't know where it was in your part of the world, but in my part of the world, it felt like being on the sun. That's how hot it was. And of course, you still had the people with the surgical mask walking around, toughing it, roughing it out because of their fear. But I'm not gonna get on y'all today. If you wearing a mask, don't get offended. I'm not trying to get on y'all today. I'm here to talk about another subject, a subject that I've been talking about for the last several videos. Y'all excuse the shaky camera, but I just want to give y'all some good views and some good scenery of nature. If you couldn't get out in nature today, you can walk with me. How about that? We'll take a digital journey. And of course, as soon as I start talking, somebody start walking this way, but that's all right. People should be out walking. It's a beautiful day, other than it's hot out here. But anyway, we're back with another video. I want to give y'all some information on some things. Try to get y'all to... How you doing?
I'm good. About yourself?
Pretty good. And so, we're back on my little nature trail. It's kind of like a bike trail. This is a good place. I'm thinking about getting me a bicycle and just riding this trail. It's not that big out here. It's probably about, I say all together, maybe 2 miles. If you walk the whole trail, maybe two miles. I don't know for sure, but it may be bigger or smaller. But I want to get back to the subject at hand. Today, last video before last, we're talking about the path to sorcery. The path to sorcery. Yes, to become a source god. It's not wrong to think of yourself as part of God, as God living in you, and you living in God. And in fact, that's the way you should think of it. If you think of God living anywhere else, you're missing the mark, as far as my opinion goes. God lives in you because God is everywhere. And His frequency, God is a frequency. God is a particle. What is a particle? It's a type of frequency. Yes. And so we're back. We talked about incantations. Mainstream calls it witchcraft, but that's kind of a taboo word for it. I call it incantation, using words, putting power, feeling, and emotion behind your words. And because of this, helping you manifest the reality that you want by simply speaking high vibrational words with a high vibrational emotion. Yes, and feeling in your words. That is incantations. And on your way to sorcery, or to becoming a source god, you must learn how to not only use high frequency, high vibrational words, but you should learn how to put power behind them, feeling behind them, emotion, energy and motion behind your words, whether positive or negative, whether good or bad. They'll work either way. So why not use them for positive? Not only for yourself, but for your family and for your community. Positive words can go a long way. And I don't want to get too deep into that right now because I already talked about a lot of that. And last week, we talked about magic or magnetism. Magnetizing things to yourself. Being in a frequency, in the right frequency, in the right vibration to magnetize things to yourself by thought. Whatever you think about, whatever you give attention and focus to, that is what you magnetize yourself. So in the sense of that word, you are using what? Magic. Yes. And if you took this in and you understand that it's not taboo, that it's not something to run away from, it's something to open your eyes and wake you up to who you are and your reality and God within you. That's what it's about. So we learned about that last week. This week, we're going to talk about wizardry. Wizardry, a wise art, or the art of being wise. Yes, the art of being wise. Wizardry. And so, this is what we're going to talk about. Here's somebody around the corner there. I may cross paths with them, but that's okay. But anyway, that's what we want to talk about. First of all, what is wizardry? What is the art of being wise? Well, it's just that. Being wise is a way of life. Being wise is an art. A lot of people, hold on, I got somebody coming this way. So, I knew I heard somebody coming around the corner. Y'all just enjoy this scenery. Look at that, my ducks in my little pond over there. I don't know where they at today. You can see my little duck, and it's actually low today. It's usually higher than this. I guess because it's so hot, some of that water is evaporated. But anyway, yes, I got somebody there. They feel like they on the phone too. But anyway, so we're talking about the art of being wise. It's so many people that have made a good reality for themselves by just perfecting the art of being wise. Perfecting the art of being wise. And so what is the art of being wise? Well, it's three aspects to being wise. One aspect is your decision making. Sometimes all you need to do in life is to learn how to make good decisions. That's an art form in and of itself. If you learn how to make good decisions, if you learn how to just make good decisions, knowing what to do, knowing what not to do, knowing what to say, knowing what not to say. See, you putting the incantations and the magnetism together, and what you do is you wrap wisdom around them. Knowing, when you use incantation, knowing what words to say and knowing what words not to say in your reality. Knowing what to think about, knowing what not to think about in your reality. And at that point, once you reach that point, guess what? You are using wizardry. You are making wise decisions. And it's just a simple fact is this. It's knowing what to say and what not to say. Knowing what to think about and what not to think about. If you get these two down, you are a wizard. That's the first aspect of wizardry. The second aspect of wizardry is having good ideas. Good ideas. You see, you got a lot of people, they just sitting back in their easy chair and they want God to do everything for them. God do this for me. God do that. God help me do this. God help me do that. God done everything that he can do for you, that he's going to do for you. He's placed everything you need out there in the atmosphere. But what you co-create with God is within your ability to create good ideas. And I just got through watching a pretty good movie with my daughter called The Cruise. It's a little animation. I think it was DreamWorks animation. But anyway, it's about a Neanderthal man who is in lower consciousness, who's all about survival, and it's about a young boy who is all about good ideas. One man is all about survival. He don't think about no idea. He don't have no creativity. He's just thinking about survival. And then the other young man is just the opposite. He takes chances. He takes chances, and he looks for good ideas. And every time you look around you in the area of business, the area of finance, the area of anything, even spirituality. See, I had an idea to start a YouTube channel. So here I am. Some people have an idea to start a business. Some people have an idea when it comes to recipes. If I put this ingredient with this ingredient, I wonder how would it taste. And they put it together, and it's a great idea, and it tastes great. And the art of being able to come up with people don't have good ideas is because they don't try to have good ideas. They want to sit back and want God to just do everything. They want stuff to just fall in their lap. That's a form of being wise. Sitting back, not just thinking about, getting distracted by video games and movies and social media and stuff like that, but sitting back, pondering and meditating, looking, searching for good ideas, searching within. This is why the smartest people and the people that come up with the best ideas are usually loners. They're usually people that like to hang by themselves, because they go within and they search the God within. And God within gives them the good ideas. And which brings me to the third aspect of wizardry. And that's acting. Acting on your good ideas. Yes. There's a lot of people that have good ideas, and that's all they do, is just have good ideas. Well, I have an idea to do this. How many inventions, how many recipes, how many business ideas that never came to fruition because the person simply didn't act? You see, we look too much at the movies and storybooks and religion to give us this idea of what incantations, magic, and wizardry is. But all of that stuff is metaphorical, not literal. If you're in the lower conscious mind, you just see the literal interpretation. But when you raise up your consciousness and become high frequency and high vibration, you start seeing the metaphorical and the symbolic interpretations of things. So yes, you start seeing things differently. Even when you watch a movie, read a book, everything, God speaks to you through everything and everybody. God is always talking to you, but you got to have ears to hear, and you got to have eyes to see. When you got eyes to see and ears to hear, and how do you do that? You become a wizard. You become wise. You become awakened. Wizards are awakened. Wizards, you see, think about shapes. Every frequency is mathematical, but also every frequency and vibration is a shape. For example, witchcraft or incantations and magic are squares. They're in the box. They're still locked because they're not high frequency. Because everybody, to some degree, uses witchcraft. Everybody does. Everybody. Because you're speaking words and you put energy behind words. So everybody's doing it. Everybody that speaks words is putting belief and energy behind that word. That's an incantation. Everybody's thinking about something. Everybody's pondering something. So everybody's magnetizing something to their self. So that's magic. So everybody's doing that. See what I'm saying? I got somebody coming up behind me. They walking pretty fast. Oh. How y'all doing? All right. So, but I'm gonna let y'all look at these trees. It's a big old deer. I just seen a big old deer walk through here. I don't know if that was a buck. I just seen a huge deer. But anyway, I'm gonna keep an eye open for this deer I just saw out here. I don't think they scared of people. Oh, how y'all doing?
Good, you doing all right?
All pretty good.
Good.
But he went up in those weeds over there. I don't think he's gonna do anything. But that deer was huge. Did y'all see it in the picture? But we're talking about shapes. What is a square? A square is a cube. What is a cube? A cube is a box. What is a box? It boxes things in. And so if you're in the lower chakras, in the lower self, so to speak, in this reality, if you are focused on everything you can see, smell, and touch, you are in that box. And so everybody uses incantations. Everybody uses magic because everybody uses words and everybody's thinking about something. So therefore, the shape that they're in is the cube, the box. They're locked in this reality, mentally locked in this reality. All they see and think about is this reality. All they understand is this reality. They don't understand that this is just a small part of the true reality. This is like, you know, if you look at it on a scale, this is like, there's that deer down. I know I seen a deer. But anyway, there's two of them down there. But anyway, yeah. So if you are in the lower frequency, you are in that cube. If you are, so anybody, it's just the wizard knows how, has the wisdom to know how to use his or her words. The wizard knows how to think and become a magnet. It's not enough to do it, it's enough to know how to do it and be cognizant of it. Now, we see that the witch or the incantationer and the magician are in the cube. They're in the box. They're in the square. So, where is the wizard? The wizard is in the triangle. Is the triangle. How is that? Because if you look at the movies and you notice most wizards are drawn to the triangle. When you look all over this world, you see what? Triangles or pyramids. The triangle and the pyramid represents higher knowledge and higher wisdom. How is that? Okay, look at the cube. Imagine a cube or a box in your mind. Just imagine a two-dimensional box. Take one line out. Just take one, it's 4 sides, right? The cube is 4 sides. Just take one side out, what happens? It becomes a triangle. Because when you take one side of the box out, one side of the cube, once you open the door to the cube, one side falls down and becomes a triangle. And so that represents the wizard. He's opening the door of the box. He's opening the door of the cube, and he's starting to emerge out of the cube, out of the box. And so the box collapses around him and becomes a triangle. 3 sides, 3 points. Yes, the 3, 6, 9. Yes, a triangle has 3 sides. And a pyramid can have 6 sides or it can have 9 sides. That's just basic shapes, you know. There's other shapes, like the tetrahedron and all this other stuff. But I'm not going to get into that right now. So as you become a wizard, this is why you look in the movies, most of the wizards have a triangle shape about them, don't they? They have this triangle, pointy triangle hat. They have on a pointy triangle robe or a garment. Their sleeves are triangular shaped. They have stars sometimes on their clothes. The triangle, it means they open the door to the cube. They're starting to come out of the box that we are enclosed in. Mental box. This mentality, this cube mentality. So when you start making wise decisions, when you come to the point where you have enough wisdom to know what to say and what not to say, what to pay attention to, what not to pay attention to, what to think about and what not to think about, what thoughts to let pass on through your head. If you just don't fight the thought, just let it pass on by. Sometimes thoughts come in our head that we don't want. We don't agree with the thought, but it's there. What do? We don't sit there and fight the thought, because fighting the thought actually won't let the thought pass. If you allow the thought to just pass, something else will come and take that thought's place. And so if it's a good thought, a positive thought, you pause and resonate with that. And you notice if you're having a high vibrational thought and you happen to look at the clock and you happen to look at a license plate, you'll see double, triple, sometimes quadruple numbers like 1111, 444, 333, 222. That's because you are in the right frame of mind. If you look at something, the thoughts are all jumbled, then you're not in that frame of quite in that frame of mind. That's just a sign and a signal. Think about what you're thinking when you see double, triple, and quadruple numbers. They're frequencies and vibrations. They're indicators of the things that you notice. You notice double, triple, and quadruple numbers. 1111, 555, 333. So when you become a wizard, you've knocked one side of the cube down. And when you knock one, you've knocked the wall down, so to speak. Meaning, that symbolizes enlightenment. You're on your way out of this cube that we are, this mental cube that we are locked in. You're on your way out when you become a wizard. And it's simple, yet complicated. It's simple in the fact that it's very simple to see and understand. It's complicated because you have to have your eyes and ears to see and hear. Spiritual eyes, spiritual ears. Like what I'm saying right now, a lot of people hear this and won't even think twice about it. They'll click off or click away and won't even be that, concerned about it. But some people hear this and they'll be like, oh, okay, I see. We are locked in a cube, mental cube. Some people say that's what these shots are for, the V word. I don't want to say VAC, you know what I'm talking about. It's to lock us back in the cube mentally. I don't want to get too much into that. I'm trying to not give that too much attention. But who knows what's in that stuff? And they shouldn't mandate it, because I heard even this person wasn't even that awake that I talked to, but he made a really good point. He said, I'm just paraphrasing, he said, if they tell us to go inside, and they recommend we go inside, I might do it, I might not do it. If they tell us if they recommend that we wear a mask, I might do it, I might not do it. If they recommend that we take a vaccine, I might do it, I might do it. But if they make it a requirement, that takes to a whole nother level. That creates a whole nother narrative. If you try to force me to do it, if you recommend I do it, that's one thing. But if you try to force me to do it, I see that as you taking away my right to choose where I stand, where I plant my feet. You taking away my right to choose what I put on my face. You taking away my right to choose what I put in my body. That's taking away somebody's rights. And it's ironic that a lot of people cannot see that. They just cannot see that. I don't understand what. I know they're scared of a whether you think it's fictional or real, this thing that's going on. A lot of people have come to the conclusion. Well, I don't want to get too into that, but y'all know what I'm getting at. So, but because wearing a mask, I heard somebody say, I was in a store the other day and they came over the loudspeakers. This store recommends that you wear a mask. And it says that your mask protects me and my mask protects you. And I was thinking to myself, how idiotic, how stupid, how stupid do they really think we are? Because if you are wearing your mask, then you good. Why are you worrying about if I'm wearing a mask? If you wearing a mask, then you should be protected. How me wearing a mask and you wearing a mask protecting you if you got a mask on? To me, that's stupid. Oh, I see a little bench. I'm gonna go down here and sit down. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with the vaccine. You know, or this 6 feet apart. You know, they say, oh, we're in this together. We're all in this together. Just keep your distance. Just stay 6 feet apart. We're in this together. Just stay 6 feet apart. When you're feeling something together, either you're really together or you're not. Same thing with the vaccine. If you take a vaccine, why do you need me to take it? You should be good. If you give it to your children, why do you need my children to take it? Your children should be good. Why are you trying to force me to plant my feet in a certain place? Why are you trying to force me to put something on my face? Why are you trying to force me to put something in my body? And then, what I mean by force, I mean they take away your privileges, your ability to take care of your family. That's just as bad as forcing somebody. They don't force you to do it, but they make it so hard on you till you almost have to do it. So that's what I'm talking about. This is a nice little spot. I'm gonna sit here for a few minutes. But anyway, yes. So think about that. When you become a wizard, when you become wise, see, wise people, the veil has been kicked away. The wall and the veil of the cube, the wall of the cube is away, and it creates a triangle. Now you see everything triangularly instead of in a box, in a cube. And so I say it is of the utmost important. The wizard is more, I don't want to say powerful. That's kind of like, but a wizard has more enlightenment than the incantationer and the magician, because he can see things. He is wise. He has wise thoughts. Here comes somebody with a mask on out here in nature. But I ain't gonna say nothing about that right now. So it seems like the more you can see, the more the worse this world treats you. It seems like the more awake you are, the worse this world treats you. Yes. Have you noticed that? It seems like the more your eyes are open, that's because you're escaping the cube. So, what time is it? It's 30 minutes already? I've been talking for 30 minutes. I can't like I was doing. So, if you're an awakened person, if you're starting to see through all of this stuff, and you're starting to understand what's really going on. This is why, you know, even in the Bible, it talks about being persecuted. People being persecuted, the people that can see, people that can understand. It's because you're escaping the matrix, the box, the cube. And once you become a wizard, once you become wise, and once you become awakened, wizard, in a way, is just another word for being awakened. When you become wise and awakened, you start to see. You see a guy that walked up to me, he had rosary beads with a cross on the end of it. What does that cross represent? I'm kind of glad he did that. If you noticed, if you go back in the video, you'll see that guy had rosary bead with a cross. What is the cross? It's an unfolded cube. If you fold a cube, or if you unfold a cube, it would turn into a cross. The cross represents being locked in the cube. And people think the cross is a good thing. The cross represents, this is why they say Jesus or the Christ despised the cross. He despised it. But yet you want to wear it around your neck and plant it in your yard like it's a good thing. So, yes. Back to the thing of a wizard. Being wise in your words, being wise in what you pay attention to, being wise in your decision making, opening your eyes and awaken, knock that fourth wall down. When you knock down the fourth wall, the cube becomes a triangle, and you start seeing things different. You start seeing things in a way of freedom. So if somebody say, well, if magic and incantation is the cube and wizard is the triangle, what is the sorcerer? The sorcerer, like I said, is the #1 graduate, the sorcerer supreme, the God within. That is the circle. No end, no beginning. The circle can expand, and when a cube expands, it's always something outside of it. When a triangle expands, it's always something outside of it. No matter how big it expands, it's always something outside of that shape because of the way it's shaped. But when a circle expands, there's nothing outside of it. It covers everything. But we're going to talk about that next week. Right now, I want you to understand the art of being wise, knowing what to believe and what not to believe, looking for evidence, understanding when somebody is taking your rights away. So, yes. Also, how are you doing? Also understanding synchronicities and dualities. You see how when I was just walking, when I decided to get up and walk, that guy just showed up with that mask on and those rosary beads? That's the matrix. Not the matrix, but the spirit. The universe. That's the universe that wanted me to give you an example. It wanted me to give you an example of what an acquiescer looks like. He's carrying that cube in his hand, the unfolded cube, and he's got that mask on, which he immediately resonated with fear. Now, me personally, I don't hate these people, but they do get on my nerves. These people that acquiesce, these people that conform, the people that willingly give up their rights. And I do have it's a type of, the word hatred is a strong word, so I'll call it this. righteous indignation. What is righteous indignation? Righteous indignation is, let me give you an example. If you walk in, like for an example, if you walk into a weight room and a guy walks in there, he's packed with muscle, he's in excellent shape, and he only gives 50% in the gym. And the guy walks in there, he's out of shape, he's got flabs of fat on him, but he walks in there and he gives 100%. I have more respect for that out of shape guy that gives 100% than that in shape guy that's only giving 50%. Same thing with these masks. You can be I could not get along with you. I could not even like you. I'm talking about if you're not wearing a mask. I could not even like you. If you're not wearing a mask, I may not get along with you. I may not like you. But I have to respect the fact that you think for yourself. I respect the fact. Same thing if you're wearing a mask. You could be the nicest, coolest person in the world. You could be the greatest person in the world. Get along great with you. But the fact is, if you're wearing a mask and you acquiescing and conforming to all of this, I don't have any respect for you. I just don't. Because you're giving up your rights and you don't think for yourself. I've seen people that I get along great with. And then I see them walking around with that mask on, I instantly lose respect for them. Instantly. And I see people I don't like and I don't get along with, I don't even speak to them. But I see them walking around without a mask on, not giving up their rights, and I instantly have more respect for them. I might not respect them, I might not like them as a person, I might not get along with them, but I respect the fact that they think for themselves, and they're not gonna give up their rights easy. I respect that in a person. I respect a person that knows how to go within. And the within identifies what's true. The within identifies what's a lie. If you go within and stop listening to everybody outside of you, that's exactly what they don't want you to do. They want you to say, don't worry about that going within stuff. This is why they don't want you to have confidence in yourself. When you have confidence in yourself, you'll start listening to yourself. If you don't have confidence in yourself, you won't listen to yourself. You'll listen to them. Don't have confidence. They'll say, don't have confidence in yourself. Have confidence in what I'm telling you, which is stupid. I don't mean to call anybody stupid, but that's a stupid way to do it. But then they have lulled and manipulated, used witchcraft and sorcery and magic on people and making them think that they should listen to them, the mainstream media and all these other people, instead of listening to the God within that knows everything. It knows the truth from a lie. We are in a war. Well, this is World War III. And what is World War III? It's the truth versus the lie. It's the truth. And from what I've understood, it doesn't matter to me how hard the lie fights. It can never stand up to the truth. The truth is the undefeated champion. The truth is the Muhammad Ali of the truth movement, of the spirit world, of the realities. The thing about a lie, it has a very short lifespan, but the truth lives forever. And the way to find that truth is to go within yourself. I done walked all the way around this track and didn't even realize. I was so caught up in what I was saying. So wisdom. I know what you saw in the movies, the guy walking around with the staff and the point he had, and he's doing all this crazy stuff with the stick. That's theatrics. True wizards are just wise. They're just wise. They know what to say, what not to say. They know what to focus on, what not to focus on. They don't focus on things that are filth. They know how to go within. They have broke the fourth wall. I'm gonna walk towards this baseball field. They have broke the fourth wall. They have broke the cube. And when they broke the cube, the two other walls collapsed in and created a triangle. This is why most wizards are obsessed with triangles and pyramids. You notice that? This is why you see triangles and pyramids everywhere you go. People making triangle signs with their hands. I mean, it works good and bad. See, you see a person that have bad intentions can use the triangle too. A triangle with the eye in it. But see, a good wizard also can see. It's all about seeing, being able to see. You've broken the fourth wall of the cube. And when you broke the fourth wall, it created a triangle, meaning you can see a little bit more. You can see outside of the cube. You've collapsed the matrix around you. So you have to understand this. You have to awaken. And it seems like you're gonna start seeing two types of people in this world. You're gonna have those people that are gonna be totally sold out and they're gonna conform. Whatever their reasons is, whether it be fear, for whatever reason it is, or because they're monkey see, monkey doers. I can understand if you're being forced to do it, like your job or whatever you think. You got, like I said, you got to do what you got to do if your employer's making you do it. The surgical mask is very unhealthy, and I can't believe OSHA is allowing it. OSHA, what you doing? Anyway, and these ministers, why they not speaking to their people about what's really going on? And now these ministers in these churches, instead of speaking, waking the people up, they're pulling them deeper into fear. Anything that pulls you into fear is not a good thing. Because why? Because man fears God, but God fears no man. Man fears things, but God fears no thing. The God within you has overcome fear. Not to say you don't have fears. Everybody has fears. But when you turn within and you connect with the God within, the fear dissipates. Yes. Well, I'm getting ready to end this video. It's about 40 something minutes. So this is my lesson on wizardry. The recap is just pay attention to your words. The recap is pay attention to your frequency and vibrations. The recap is search for good ideas. They're in you. Everything you need is within you, including all the good ideas. You want a better job? That idea is within you. And I'm guilty of this. I've had good ideas, and the regret is I didn't act on them like I should have. You see, if you don't awaken, and if you stay locked in your blindness, in your acquiescence, in your conformity, I'm about to show you where you're at. This is where you're at. This is your home. This is your home. But if you become a wizard, become wise and awaken, and turn and find the God within, this is your home. That is your home. You're either in this or you're in this. I'm Jerome Strickland. This is my video for today. Y'all come back next week when I talk about sorcery. I want to thank y'all for coming to my channel. Y'all take care and God bless. Yes, I'll see y'all next time. All right? Be blessed.